Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Hold onto your hats because what's buzzing around the league right now, specifically in the NFC, is something that could reshape the entire landscape of the division. Rumors are swirling about a blockbuster trade that might just send shockwaves through the NFL, and it involves none other than Aiden Hutchinson, the Detroit Lions' star pass rusher, potentially heading to the 49ers. Yes, you heard that right. The same Hutchinson who exploded onto the scene in 2025 with a career-high 11. 5 sacks and a reputation as one of the most disruptive edge rushers in the league could be making a move to San Francisco. And it's not just idle talk. Sources close to the league suggest that the Lions, who are currently sitting at 8-7, and are in a bit of a rebuild mode after a rocky season that saw Jared Goff's QBR dip to 85. 3 in their defense surrender an average of 25 points per game, are considering moving Hutchinson for a pair of first-round picks. Why would Detroit even entertain such a blockbuster deal? Well, it's all about cap space and the rebuild. Hutchinson's market value is sky-high, especially with his proven production. This season alone, he's amassed 28 solo tackles, 11 sacks, tied for 7th in the league, along with 4 forced fumbles and a PFF grade of 84. 6, he's a game wrecker, a guy who can change the course of a game with a single pressure or sack. Detroit could use the cap space, about $28 million, by trading him, which they could then funnel into bolstering their offensive line, a unit that's been allowing 20 sacks this season and has struggled to protect Goff consistently. And let's not forget, Hutchinson's impact this year mirrors what Nick Bosa did in 2019 when he burst onto the scene and immediately made the 49ers pass rush elite, boosting the team's sack total and transforming their defensive identity. Now, for the 49ers, the potential acquisition of Hutchinson isn't just about adding another talented player to the roster. It's a move that could solidify their pass rush dominance going into the playoffs. The Niners, sitting comfortably at 11-4, are already one of the league's most formidable defenses, but adding Hutchinson would elevate that even further. His ability to generate constant pressure, combined with Bosa's elite pass rushing skills, could turn the San Francisco defense into an unstoppable force. It's a scenario that excites fans because, let's face it, this team has been so close to the Super Bowl these past few seasons, and a move like this could be the final piece to the puzzle. Hutchinson's numbers are eye-popping this year. Besides his sacks, he's also racked up 62 tackles and forced 4 fumbles. He suffered a shoulder injury in Week 3 that kept him out for 2 games, but he's since bounced back and is playing at an elite level. His pressures per snap and his ability to absorb double teams make him a nightmare for offensive linemen, and his presence on the field could help the 49ers' defense stay dominant, especially against top-tier offenses in the playoffs. And just think about the pressure he could apply to quarterbacks, his +1. 4 pressures per snap and 16% absorption of double teams are stats that show he's a constant threat. Plus, his addition would help reduce the yards allowed on the ground, trimming rushing yards from 120 down to around 95 per game, simultaneously boosting the pass rush and run defense. The implications are huge. If the 49ers manage to land Hutchinson, it could be the kind of move that tilts the odds even more in their favor for Super Bowl LXI. Currently, their odds are around +1,300, but with Hutchinson in the fold, those odds could tighten significantly, maybe even to +500 or better, making San Francisco a favorite to not just reach, but potentially win the big game. The playoffs are where stars are made, and a player like Hutchinson could be the X-factor that breaks the game open, especially with his knack for sacks and forcing turnovers, something the 49ers have been craving for a while now. His ability to generate +25% more pressure could help stabilize the defense, making it even tougher for opponents to find room to operate. Of course, the Lions aren't just going to give him away easily. They're cautious. They know his value and are skeptical about letting such a disruptive force go without a serious fight. But with the trade deadline passed on November 4 and the offseason approaching, Detroit might see the best move as cashing in now, especially if they're looking to rebuild and focus on their future. For the 49ers, though, this is a prime opportunity to pounce, to make a bold statement that they're all in on winning another Super Bowl. A move like this isn't just about adding talent. It's about making a statement that the 49ers are serious contenders and won't shy away from making big moves to stay on top. Now, imagine what that front seven could look like with Bosa and Hutchinson rushing the passer side by side. It's a nightmare for offenses, a defense that can hit from anywhere and force mistakes. It would also open up more opportunities for the secondary, allowing them to play more aggressively knowing the QBs got nowhere to hide. The chemistry between Bosa and Hutchinson could be electric, and that's the kind of energy that wins championships. Plus, with the team's focus on the playoffs, adding a player of Hutchinson's caliber could be the difference maker that pushes them over the edge. Looking at the big picture, this isn't just about one player or one trade. It's about the strategic shift that could redefine the NFC West. The 49ers have been knocking on the Super Bowl door for years now, and with a move like this, they could finally break through. Meanwhile, the Lions, who are in a bit of limbo right now, might have to settle for a rebuild, especially if they decide to cash in on Hutchinson. It's a classic case of one team making a bold move to chase a championship and another trying to rebuild for a brighter future. The offseason is going to be packed with questions. Will Detroit pull the trigger? Will the 49ers really go all in for Hutchinson? And what does this mean for the division and the entire NFC playoff picture? Fans should be ready because these kinds of moves don't happen every day. They're game changers. And as always, we'll be here to keep you updated, analyzing every twist and turn along the way. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and TO, the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news.